This is one of the biggest cover-up by government and central banks. Try to cover up the recession just because we are in an election year and they're trying to prevent the disaster. One thing you have to understand, it's very simple. We've been in recession. We are in recession. And as a matter of fact, the real estate crash has already started. Except in order for government and in order for media and central banks try to cover it up, they do certain things that ordinary people, they would never understand. Why? Because when you look at the real estate market on commercial side, it's a disaster. Commercial side, you've got $2.3 trillion, which is due in the next couple of years, this year, next year, to be renewed. No bank has the capacity to renew any of these loans. Most people, even big, institutions, hedge funds, they're giving the keys to the bank and they're walking away because they know it is absolutely impossible to hold on to a building, to a high rise, which is 80% vacant and there is no revenue. So on a commercial side, the $2 trillion is going to trickle down in the economy and it's going to create a massive distress. Now, when you come to the residential side, one of the things that we have to understand is that you look around and you see, well, people, they're still buying a property. You see that, people, they're still financing. So where is this crash? Where is this, residential, crash that everybody's keep talking about it? There is nothing wrong with the residential, real estate. As a matter of fact, if you go talk to some brokers and agents, most of them at least, and even some of the investors, they said there is nothing wrong with the real estate. Where is this crash? People are buying a house, people are financing the house. Everything is fine and dandy. Let me tell you what's going on the residential side that is mind-boggling. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, which they hold most of the mortgages, they are selling their non-performing and re-performing notes to big institutions and hedge funds. And they are putting this condition that when you buy these, you're not allowed to, at least for a year, to foreclose these properties and let them live there or have a solution. In 2020, when the pandemic happened, the government told all the banks, you're not allowed to do any foreclosure. So what they did, they offer forbearance. Millions of people, millions of properties, they went to forbearance. Do you know how many percent of these forbearances they actually came out of forbearance without having any problem? About 25%. 75% of people that they apply for forbearance, either right now they're on the verge of foreclosure or they cannot pay. They go do a loan modification. What is a loan modification? They tell you whatever you owe, we're going to take that money, we put it in the back end with a no interest or very small interest, and you continue making payment. Any person with the common sense, you don't have to be an economist. You don't have to be a very, very savvy investor. Just the common sense. Do you think that people that they couldn't make the payments and they went to forbearance, now they do the loan modification, all of a sudden everything is fine and dandy, they're going to start making payments? I don't think so. I don't think so that's going to happen. And look at the cover up by Fannie and Freddie. Right now, There are millions of properties that are underwater. Millions, not thousands, millions of properties that they're underwater. Why you don't see it? Why you don't see inventory to come up? Because of these cover-ups. Fannie and Freddie, they are selling their non-performing note and reperforming note 60 to 70% discount. You buying properties 30 to 40 cents a dollar. Where are these properties? Well, what's happening is that Fannie and Freddie, they're selling these properties. There's notes. The hedge funds, the big institutions, they own all these properties, but they're not doing a foreclosure because they put a condition. What's going to happen? As you get closer and closer and closer to election, you're going to start seeing an uptick in foreclosures, and you're going to see what a massive crash is going to happen. People, they think everything is so simple. Why? Because they see everything in a surface. If you look at everything in a surface, everything is fine. What's wrong? You go to restaurants, they're packed. People are traveling. People are buying a house. Nothing is wrong. You talk to agents and brokers, they said, why would they sell? They have equity in their property. Really? So you have equity in the property that you can go and withdraw and live off of it with no problem. Banks, they're not lending. The credit card debt and delinquencies is in trillions of dollars, and delinquencies is worse than 2009. But everything is fine and dandy. You see in the surface, you see everything is okay. This is why most people that they are not prepared, they don't understand economy and real estate, they get wiped out. People, investors, I see investors, they do things that it's mind-boggling. They buy properties. Can you imagine? They're thinking about doing an ADU, this and that, to add the, rent. And when you ask them, but you're still negative. They're like, it's okay. We're going to be negative for a couple of years, and everything after that, it's going to be fine and dandy. And then we're going to refinance. Can you imagine this concept? Can you imagine this? Out of desperation, investors, they think if they go buy a house that they're negative every month, that they're intelligent. So, one of the things that I want you guys to understand is this. People, media, they bring these people, they call them economists, which they always are wrong, always. And these economists, they come and they tell you how to think. They tell you what to think. In the beginning of the year, everybody said that the Fed, this year alone, they're going to have 6 rate cuts. 6. The inflation number came up, it went up. What does it mean? They're not going to touch the interest rate. They can't touch the interest rate, because if they touch the interest rate, if the interest rate goes down, you're going to have an inflation about 16-17%. It's going to destroy the entire economy. So, get up and smell the coffee. Don't be fooled by what you hear in media. Do a research. Be careful. Hold your cash. Be very wise about how you invest your money, because I'm telling you, what I read, what I research, it's not pretty. People, they have to understand. You guys need to understand. If you are prepared, then you will come the other side successful. But if you are one of those people that you look at only on a surface, you don't want to go to see what's going on underneath, then you will, I guarantee you, you will be one of those people, you're going to get wiped out. Investors, broker, agents, they're making so many mistakes, it's not even funny. Buying a property as an investment, it only and only has to be cash flow positive. Understand this, cash flow positive. These idiots, these wholesalers, that there is no such thing as a wholesaler. They call me, they sending me deals. Oh, you can buy this property, you can flip it, you can do this and make money. None of it makes sense. It will never make sense. Because investing, you have to know the ins and out. You have to know the cost of the money. You have to know everything about investing. So, be prepared. Don't listen to the media. Do a research. Don't be irrational and spend your money on horrible investments. You are going to lose money. The same investor who came to me and they asked me a couple of months ago, they bought a property. I told them it's the biggest mistake. They told me it's not a problem. We're going to lose only $1,000 a month. It took them only 45 days to understand how bad things are. Right now, they put the property in the market. They are going to lose at least $100,000. Don't become irrational. Understand investing. Understand how things work. Don't look at the things on the surface. Be intelligent. Hold on to your money. Buy things that only and only make sense and they cash flow positive. Otherwise, don't touch them. Don't invest. If Fannie and Freddie today, they're corrupted and they are covering up the massive recession on the real estate, imagine what's going to happen. Go think about what I'm saying. Be safe. Good luck.